Hello, I am Mr. Byrne, and today I want to share with you some math tricks, but through the hopefully beauty of the book that I wrote called Callie 180. This was written by me, Mike Byrne, but it was illustrated by an amazing young artist named Hannah Kolaski. So I'm just going to give you a quick kind of synopsis of the story and then try to just show you a few pages so you get an idea what the book's all about. Now, Callie 180 came to me because in my classroom, we got up during math and we stood and we did some 180 turns, 180-degree turns right there in our classroom. A lot of fun doing it, 20 some odd kids, a little crazy, but we did it. So Callie 180 came to me as an inspiration actually when I was watching the women's soccer team, USA women's soccer team doing it. So Callie is a little bit of a take, about 14 years old, on the captain of our current USA women's team. So Callie 180, and she has some friends that also are a part of the mathematical tricks of knowing your geometry and angles. So one character is a buddy named Roger Wright. He is a goalie, of course, because he's guarding those 90-degree angles of any good soccer goal out there on those competitive fields. So we have Roger Wright, and we have another friend named Reflex. Reflex is able to bend herself farther than that 180 degrees, hence her name Reflex. And, well, there's sometimes those words that we don't understand, like obtuse. And obtuse is a type of angle greater than 90 degrees, less than 180. And so my character named Mr. Obtuse is, well, not quite bright, the other definition of the word obtuse. And yeah, he just kind of says strange things like, wide kicks beyond 90 degrees will always be like me. And our Tweety Bird goes obtuse. Now, we also have one more main character, and her name is Susie 360. Now, she can do some amazing turns, 90-degree turns, in the blink of an eye, hence her nickname, Susie 360. So this really cool book just kind of gives you an idea about where math comes into play, literally, when we're playing soccer. So those terms are in the back as well. So right angles and vertex and verticals. Now, the other book that I wrote that I love to do with kids is called Quotient, a queendom of division. Also again written by me, Mike Byrne, but illustrated by a friend of mine from college named David Gamache. Now, we wrote this book and illustrated it during those COVID lockdown days a couple years ago, and we're finally starting to try and push it out there. So Quotient has to do with traditional division, and that I remember being really confused because you'd look at this strange thing and go, what is that? Okay, it's division. And so the dividend is that number inside, and so the den has to be something inside, kind of like a bear's den. And Queen Quotient at this point is standing outside of a den with her friendly bears in the neighborhood, of course, and she's instructing them about how to, well, do some math and understand that we have divisors, which are wearing a visor on the outside, that 4 is, and our quotient, just like the queen, sits up on top of that throne, 154. But of course, there might be a remainder always standing by, just like Queen Quotient's protective guard. Right there, to the right, remainder equals 3 when 619 is divided by 4. So it's a fun way to kind of think about how we do these division things. Now, I have to make sure that the bears get their fair share. So quickly here before I end my brief little overview of these two books, we have our bears going X, a slash for subtraction, and then a bring down because it's those 3 motions. We're actually multiplying, subtracting, and then bringing down the next digit. And that means if you keep doing that, hopefully you get your division right. So there we go. Queen Quotient and Callie 180, 2 really awesome books. I love to use those types of techniques in my instruction, and hopefully I can help you understand your math a little bit better too, with some good kinesthetic stuff, moving around and understanding maths all around us. All right, take care.